Right, boys, welcome back to the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast.
Episode number
14.
Yes.
Bloody good. Cup of Hot Joe on the...
Mine's already gone.
on the
But I have got
you got some
some
chalky...
skin of hot Joe.
It's really tasty, that. Today
Nummy.
we're doing ranking the best arm exercise. We've also got some overrated or underrated to go over from the last pod that I didn't get to. But first day of Christmas, it feels like.
It's beginning to look.
A bit of snow, so thought the Hot Joe had to come out rather than the money. Could do with a bit of caffeination in there, but
Yeah, true.
does the
Should have
job.
just mixed it with some like ghost pre-workout.
I'm going to be like sleeping at the end of the pod.
Sleepy. I'm gonna need to do the Christmas pod special. We actually have got to do that because we said we'd do the Halloween.
Oh, we didn't do
Forgot.
that.
We missed it. So we're gonna have to do Christmas. And we're
Yeah.
gonna have like mince pies. You
Yeah,
know.
that'd be awesome. Maybe we'll like actually have a Christmas dinner on the pod.
Yeah, that would be kind of busted. There won't be much talking though, will
No,
there?
just-
Just be like,
Welcome to the pod. Today we're just scranning. Hope you enjoy. So yeah, ranking the best arm exercises. Let's start with biceps,
we're gonna do biceps and triceps.
then
separate.
triceps, then we'll go on to the overrated or underrated to finish it off.
Yeah, cool.
As always, A to D tier. No, S to D tier.
Yes,
I think.
S to D.
And we'll go through them. So, do you want to kick it off? Arm exercise number 1,
For biceps, yeah.
biceps. Yeah,
So,
I've got a bit of skin actually. That is awful.
don't eat it. It's still got a weird texture. Right, I'm trying to think of a good one.
Start off with the basics, man.
We'll just start off with an easy. Okay. Gonna be particular. S to D tier. Tricep exercise number 1.
Tricep.
Bicep. Sorry. Shit, I thought of a tricep one.
Okay, this is for the real. Ranking the best bicep exercise. S to D tier. Number 1.
Incline dumbbell curl.
It's one of the goats, man.
It is the goat in my
It is one of the goats. I really like it. We've been running it for the last probably 6
Literally as
months
long as-
at least, but probably even more.
I think it's been somewhere in our programs for like years.
Yeah.
Literally probably since we started training.
At some point. So I think it's very good. I think I went off it a bit when I started going into the whole resistance profiles.
Yeah.
'Cause I was thinking it's a bit heavy at the top, but actually
It's not.
it's not, is it?
No.
Feels
It's
pretty
more
good.
like mid-range.
Yeah. Get a nice little
length and
lengthened, stretchy poo.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's up there. Is it the best? On paper, I don't know if it's the best. But
No, there's
I think
probably
from an
better.
enjoyment perspective, I do it basically every session because it's really enjoyable.
Yeah. I think in my
Ease of access.
opinion, yeah, it's easy. It feels really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's quite fun.
Mm.
As fun as a bicep exercise can be. So I would definitely have it quite high. It's tough because I probably would put it in S.
I'd happily put it at S. I think there's another exercise that on paper would be S, but
Yeah.
I think enjoyment-wise it's up there. So, like, I put it in pretty much everyone's program.
Should we put it at A? Let's put it at A.
Okay.
Just to make things interesting.
Gives a bit of room.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, A tier.
incline
If you're not
dumbbell.
doing it, do it because it's freaking really good.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay. A tier, incline dumbbell curl. Ranking the best bicep exercise, number 2, the hammer curl. Just a regular standing dumbbell hammer curl.
Dumbbell?
You don't see it very much, do you?
No.
Not got much hype behind it.
No. Personally, haven't done it in
No.
a good few years. Again, it's probably one we used to do when we first started training quite a lot.
Yeah.
I probably haven't done it now for a good couple of years.
I sometimes do it as a bit of like an extra.
Yeah, if you've got a bit left, just smash some hammers
Yeah,
out.
but not often.
No.
I think
I think it feels better than it does just because you get like an absolute raging
yeah.
pump. Like
Yeah.
your forearms blasted,
Yeah.
your biceps blasted.
Well, a lot of people do it to try and build up their
Yeah.
forearms, don't they? And I think there is some merit to that, but that muscle group that they're trying to hit, see brachialis,
Yeah.
is actually mainly a elbow flexor. So it bends your elbow. So like you're kind of hitting it anyway, just doing a normal dumbbell curl.
Yeah, exactly.
And wherever even if you put your wrist here, you're still going to be mainly working your bicep. So if you want to grow your forearms, you're probably better off just doing direct forearm stuff.
Yeah.
And curls.
Yeah. I even think just doing like hinges, even with your straps.
Yeah, and your forearms are written off.
Your forearms is still going to be pretty written off.
Yeah.
So personally, I would rank them quite low.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's a D.
No.
But there's a lot better ones, so I'd put it at C, I think.
Yeah, let's go C.
I think there is better. Not that it's a bad exercise. I think it's definitely got a place, but it's a bit mid.
Yeah, it's boring
It's
as well.
hella average, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, C tier. So we've got A, we've got C.
Okay, so ranking the best bicep exercise.
Ranking.
I really should be thinking about these before.
I've got one in my head.
Trying to think of a different kind of one. You know those spider curl things?
Yeah.
Where you like lean on a bench?
Yeah, you see like every massive bodybuilder
doing them. Yeah. Again.
Spider curl. Yeah, I think it is called a spider curl.
I think it is spider curl, yeah.
I think they're a bit mid.
Yeah. I've never really... I've probably done them once or twice when I've tried to just like...
do
some
something
fun,
different.
yeah. But
I remember doing them at Balltree for a bit.
Yeah.
Especially when we're like...
it's just a bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the setup's a bit awkward. And you know how, like... Obviously, the bench is there to probably try and make it, like, more stable.
But it's not at all.
No, you don't feel as stable
Your
at
arms
all.
are just, like, hanging all over the shop.
So you're not really able to load, like, as heavy as you would just be able to do a normal curl.
Yeah. I remember when we started getting in... You know when the whole stuff started coming out about, you know, at the start of your session, you want to sort of tax the short and then tax the mid and then tax the length and range. Yeah. We started doing it then to, like... Get a short and range challenge, but I don't think it's...
Again, all of that's just so overhyped.
Yeah, I know.
Like, for me, I'd rather just match the strength, the resistance profile with the strength profile every exercise possible.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, even if you do a leg extension... Do you remember when we first started... A bit off topic, when we first started training Ultraflex, this is when all that craze was out.
Yeah.
And take the leg extension, for example. I don't think you did it because you didn't like the way it felt. And bro was anti against the...
They said I'm a freaking nerd and I just thought that was correct.
Stupid, yeah.
Turns out I was correct.
So I had programmed for me at the time, all loaded in the short.
Yeah.
I remember after like 2 weeks, I literally couldn't get my quad short because it was that heavy and it would like break my kneecaps.
It is a weird feeling that as well, isn't it? When there's no load throughout the whole thing and then suddenly it's like...
I don't know why people thought that was beneficial.
I think it's because the leg extension is the only exercise
where
that you get
can,
in there.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you got to rinse it for what it's worth.
But you can rinse it for what it's worth with it dropping off there, because then you're still going to fail more accurately anyway in the short.
And that's exactly what a spider curl does.
Yeah.
It's like really light in the stretch and then really heavy at the top. So a bit mid, I think.
Yeah.
Where did we put hammer curl? C.
Yeah, I think that's got to go D.
It's worse than a hammer curl.
Yeah, definitely.
There's probably worse bicep exercises.
Maybe like a plate curl or something.
Yeah.
I'd probably put that at D if that came up.
That's freaking Z tier.
Yeah, let's go D.
What was it? Athlete X used to do them. It was like a... What did he call them? It was like a waiter curl or something.
What the hell?
He'd like put the plate on his hands like that and like curl it like a weight, like keeping it flat like a waiter.
But what does he think that's making a difference?
I've got no idea. Just get a really good squeeze, man.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
Yeah, let's go D with that
D
one.
tier. Okay, ranking the best bicep exercise. Depends what you want to call it, but the Bayesian curl.
Oh yeah, the Bayesian or whatever it's called. Behind the back.
Behind the back D-handle cable curl.
Okay.
Job. Cable on the bottom, D-handles on.
Obviously, very similar to the dumbbell incline curl. Same sort of principle. Nice big stretch. You can get fully short. Resistance profile's nice.
Pretty bosh. You can change the resistance profile as well.
With the
Just getting it a little bit
cable
higher.
height, yeah.
I think on paper, this is probably the best bicep exercise you can do.
But again, we haven't done it.
But we're
in
not
years.
doing it.
Probably, I probably could do it, and I'd really enjoy it. I just don't think to do it.
I think in the past I've probably overemphasized like that. You know, putting the cables at sort of wrist height and making it unbelievably heavy in the stretch.
I haven't ever done it. I don't like it like that.
I think it's actually better
when it's just
it lower.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
I just prefer it right to the bottom.
And just stand a bit further forward if you want it heavier there.
Yeah.
So
why are we not doing them?
It's a bit of a pain to set up.
Yeah, and
it
is boring.
It takes like 10 seconds to set up, but
it's boring.
It's a bit one of them. You're not like, especially not a DB, so
it's
if you're not
cool.
If you're not using free weights, mate, it's just not going to work.
Boring. Yeah, I think
I'd happily do it again in my program soon because I do like it, but I prefer an incline dumbbell curl.
I
don't know why, it's just cooler. And we're doing the preacher at the minute as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So I think I would put it at A.
But we've already got incline dumbbell curl there.
Bugger.
I think for me personally, I'd like to put it at B.
Okay. So that leaves S. Does it?
S. And we've got A, we've got B, we've got C.
What was C?
Hammer curl.
Sorry, we are terrible at this.
Hammer curl. And then D was spider curl.
Spider curl, yeah. All right.
Okay. I know what I'd put at S, actually.
Go on then.
When it's your turn.
It's not. I did the Bayesian curl.
Oh, yeah. So a EZ bar cable curl.
Really?
So I do these on Saturday at the minute.
I'm a fan.
Obviously, we don't always train together on a Saturday. I do really, really like them. But now I think about it, do I prefer an incline dumbbell curl?
Oh, you've cemented incline DB
exactly.
at A now.
I do like an EZ bar cable curl. It's one of them ones where I feel like I can... Like with that's one of the only bicep exercises where I'm happy to go for a low repper and it still feels safe and it still feels good.
Yeah, like doing a low repper on that preach curl that we're doing at the minute would
just,
actually feel like your biceps are going to snap.
Yeah, so I think I like it because you can load it.
Yeah.
And it just feels really good. It feels safe.
I agree. I think with biceps in general, you can massively overcomplicate it, like by doing a spider curl or by doing the a high cable curl. Like honestly, all the complicated bicep exercises, apart from the behind the back, I think are mostly pretty mid.
Yeah, I just think with as long as you're curling, right,
it's tough to go wrong.
And you're taking your bicep through a full range of motion, and you're taking it to failure, and getting stronger.
Yeah,
jobs are good. And
so if we're recommending, I think we've done pretty well. The EZ bar curl, the incline DB, and the behind the back.
Yeah, they're all perfect.
I think if you're doing them three, you're gonna get some freaking whamsky arms.
Yeah. Any honourable mentions?
Preacher.
Yeah, I like the preacher.
Probably
if it's a good preacher.
Yeah. Probably on paper pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Even just a DB or EZ bar preacher, pretty freaking good.
Yeah, I just get like serious anxiety thinking about doing them now.
You see all the videos of people.
Yeah, people's bicep tearing.
Yeah, so realistically, it's not going to happen to you.
No,
but
it could.
It
could happen.
Yeah.
So I think if you're gonna do a preacher, do an actual machine, a little bit safer, or I see a lot of people doing a like an EZ bar cable curl preacher.
Yeah, I do like that. To be fair,
that would be really
little
nice.
Single arm thing. I'm actually a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But again, single arm takes ages.
Yeah, but you could do it dual like with the EZ bar.
Yeah. How do you bring like a preacher bench up to the
cable?
Yeah, but you're not going to be doing that in like a pure gym, are you?
Nah, probably not. No, you might get a few weird looks.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Triceps wise,
okay, this will be an interesting one for me because I'm really bad at training triceps.
I think there's loads of movements you can do.
Yeah.
So ranking the best bicep exercises.
Tricep.
Did you?
Yeah.
ranking the best tricep exercises. Let's start off with a rope tricep press down.
Sorry, pardon me. Pardon me. Are we talking like just a standard rope?
Start standard, yeah. We can elaborate.
We can expand. So personally, I don't think it's very good at all. Not a fan.
Terrible movement.
It's not terrible.
It's not a D, but
it's not a D. But there's definitely better options. Just because with that short rope, no one can actually fully shorten their tricep.
Yeah.
And like when I do a standard rope now, let's say we're on holiday or something, and you train in a different gym, and they've only got a rope. When I do it, and I'm like, Jesus, this is actually. I forget how bad.
I
this
can't believe I
is.
used to do this. Yeah,
because you literally can't fully shorten your tricep at all.
It's tough because for like a person that's just gone to the gym, that's like the tricep exercise that you do, because it's like that rope is made for tricep press downs.
Yeah.
So you think it should be really good. But yeah, what we're kind of hiding is if you do turn it into a long rope tricep press down, significantly better. So basically, rather than using a single rope, pull it all the way through
and use two
and get another one. Bit peak because you're probably stealing it off someone else in a busy gym, but hey ho,
if you can,
winners win, man.
Yeah,
got to take over.
Yeah, real.
So yeah, if you get a longer rope, it's a lot better alignment. Can actually get short with a long rope. I'd be putting it at like an A tier, I think.
Yeah.
A or B, I think. What do you think?
Well, we're gonna have to go with the standard rope.
Okay.
Can't do it because that's what we said. I think it's got to go. It's got to go B or C.
The suspense.
It's got to go B or C, I think.
I'm putting it at C. I think there's three
C.
better ones that we're going to come up with there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. C tier, normal rope, tricep press down.
Right, I'll go with a dumbbell skull crusher.
Big fan.
I'm big fan.
My elbows don't like it.
No, neither, but it does feel really good.
Yeah.
Other than the odd rep where your elbows are a bit, ooh.
Yeah, I think on paper it's really good. It's easy to set up. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Gets a nice little stretch up on the triceps. Always welcomed.
It's one of the only ones where I do like a tricep overhead movement and I actually finish it with like a really fat pump, like I would do on a press down.
Yeah. You see a lot of people doing it in different ways, though, don't you? Some people do it like a JM almost.
Yeah.
Some people
That's
go
sort of
like really
me.
far overhead.
I'd say I do it more of like a JM.
Yeah.
Like my elbows aren't all the way back. I sort of come down to like here.
But it's got the best shoulder range of motion in the game.
Yeah. I'd say it's got to be up there. I'd think I'd put it at...
It might be S, you know. I don't know what else would you put above it? Especially that we're doing right now.
Yeah. In terms of like, if we take everything into account, enjoyment,
ease,
connection, ease. Yeah, I think
there's any better. Get it in your freaking program.
And you don't see that many people doing it. I think it's because there's all these other complicated exercises.
It's kind of been lost, isn't it? It's kind of like press-ups. No one does press-ups or loaded press-ups or even pull-ups.
It's just because they're
because it's like basic. But
and they are kind of effort.
Yeah.
If you're at a certain level, like doing
true.
a press-up is going to be...
You're going to be getting loads.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bad example.
Pull-ups, I think, is a good example.
Yeah. So, DB skulls in S.
Yeah. Okay, right. S.
Ranking the best tricep exercise number 3. The tricep dip. Bodyweight tricep dip.
I do like them, but I do feel like I get a lot more chest.
Yeah.
Whatever way I set it up.
I personally think for triceps, you get a lot of BBs saying you got to load the tricep with a compound lift.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all American, by the way, but that's just the voice.
You have to do it in an American voice to take the piss.
Yeah, I honestly think it's massively overrated. Because if you actually look at it, your elbow's like barely getting behind your hand.
Exactly.
So you're essentially doing a front delt / chest exercise with a little bit of tricep.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting much more tricep than you would do from a normal press.
No, I don't. Really.
No.
I think the better option if you're wanting to do a tricep compound is like a JM press.
Yeah.
Or like a narrow grip.
Yeah, we've been doing
grip
the narrow grip
press.
on the machine.
Yeah, and that does feel really, really good.
Especially if you get your hands a little bit higher.
Yeah. It's sort of like the JM sort of.
It's just like a JM
thing,
press.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a better option. If you're really wanting to buy more tricep.
Yeah, I agree.
That's going to be a better option.
So yeah, unpopular opinion, but the tricep dip is freaking mid.
Yeah.
For the triceps anyway.
I think I'd agree with you.
So I'd honestly put it, what have we got? C is the tricep press down.
I'd put it D.
I might even put it at D for tricep development,
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I think that'll ruffle a few feathers, that.
D tier. This better go freaking viral.
JP said you have to do a dip. I think D.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What have we got?
Ranking the best
we've got S.
tricep exercises, number 4.
Yeah, we've got S, we've got D, we've got C. We've got... This is number 4.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with a dual arm cuffed.
I shouldn't do
What did you do?
I shouldn't do that.
I don't even do it.
Like, cut it out.
Oh, bro, just Nazi salute in the pod. Great.
Sorry.
Sorry to all our Jewish viewers.
Oh, God.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Anyway, cuffed, dual arm, crossbody, tricep extension.
Pretty Lengsky.
I do really like them.
Bit of a pain in the ass setup because you got to get cable. You got to get dual narrow cable stack, and you've got to get some cuffs.
You know what though? I actually prefer it without the cuff. If the
Just
cable's got a ball on it, balls. I think that feels better than with a cuff.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even know what you call that. A crossbody tricep extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dual arm. Yeah. Because you can do it single, can't you?
Yeah, I agree. Pretty goated. It's better than the short rope tricep press down.
Definitely.
I'd probably still rather do a long rope just because it's easier to set up. But it's not really easier to set up. I don't know.
No, it's not that much easier.
But yeah, it's really good. You can load it well in the stretchy poo.
Yeah.
So we've got B and A left.
I think A. I think for your general person, that's going to be a great option.
The only problem is most people won't know how to set it up and do it.
Yeah.
So as long as you learn to do it,
it's a little bit overcomplicated.
Yeah, just like getting in the right position, getting your elbows in the right position.
Yeah, because if you don't, it can be a bit of an elbow.
Yeah, Raja.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But I'd give it an A. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go A. So we've got B left.
Oh God, I was gonna say the like an overhead rope tricep extension, but I don't know if that would be a B. Pretty good. Is it better than a skull crusher though? Don't think so.
I think on paper it might be better.
If you can do a single arm overhead tricep extension, it would be better. But
things I've had them in my program before, and I remember I used to come off them. I'd fail, and I'd be like, if I actually failed, I can't feel a thing in my tricep.
The problem with them, it's so shaky, like you're all over the shop.
And I just don't feel it.
Yeah.
And again, if you're doing your tricep work at the end of a push session, whatever, I do generally think if you're doing stuff single arm, at the end of your session, you're not going to be able to give 100%.
I know this is a bit of a weird point as well, but you know when you're doing a single arm thing that you're not that strong at, like you're not going to be lifting a load of tin with a single arm overhead. Let's go with this actually, rather than a dual arm. Let's go with a single arm. If you're doing that, and you'll probably be using like the second pin down.
Yeah, you're not going to be going heavy.
So then the next jump up from that is like a third of extra weight.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to progress because you're just stuck on one weight for ages. and then you end up going heavy. It just like
it ends up just going to shit, and then you're not feeling anything at all.
Yeah, so it is good on paper, but like it just ends up being a bit of a pain to do. It takes ages.
Yeah.
So I think a B tier for that is
pretty acceptable.
Pretty accurate. If you can be good at it, then it's probably quite good. But
yeah.
For me,
I think if you've got like an arm day in your program, where it's solely focused on arms, I think it's a good option.
I do kind of want to do an arm day. Just get massive arms.
I would like to, but I don't need to. I know. So.
Yeah. So yeah, B tier, single arm overhead tricep extension. So just to go through that, we've got S, DB skull.
Yeah.
We've got A, the
crossbody
tricep extension.
Yeah.
B, single arm overhead. D, short rope tricep press down. But if you're doing it, definitely just get 2 ropes. Is that D? What does that say? D, we've got the tricep dip.
Yeah, because it's shit.
It's whack, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Jeez, my face looks so red.
Anyway, we go on to the overrated, underrated.
Yeah, we've got a few overrated, underrated to tick off from last week. So,
right, first one.
Hit it.
Overrated or underrated pre-workout? Let's just say a stimulant-based pre-workout.
Stimmy. That basically means it's got caffeine and makes your heart rate go to about 300. I actually think it's slightly overrated. Yeah. I think a lot of people have it, but realistically, you're just having it to feel good.
Yeah. I think if you're sleeping properly, your nutrition's good, you shouldn't need pre-workout. Like, we didn't have it for months.
Yeah, I go on and off it quite a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think sometimes I get in my head, if I have it, I'm going to have really good sessions, like even better. And you have it and you're like,
It just doesn't really end up happening.
No.
I think it does help if you're like going in like early morning, like we're doing at the minute, sort of getting in at 7.
Yeah, it's nice just to get a bit of a
little pick me up, but
a kick.
A lot of the time I felt better just having a coffee.
Yeah.
Especially on my stomach. Like today, going to do RDLs, I was like,
stomach just feels a bit ropey.
Feeling on the ropes. So
if you can find one that does sit really well and feels good, I think they're really, really they can be really effective.
Yeah.
But I also think as well is for some sessions, so like me, for example, if I'm like heavily stimmed up going into legs, it doesn't help. It takes away from the session because I'm already pretty anxious anyway.
Yeah. Do you remember the days when we'd be doing what's the we'd have MV pre?
Yeah,
for a couple of times.
Would be awful.
It's like it was like super hyped up, like this is the best pre.
People still say it's the best one.
Yeah, and like I mean, it definitely slaps your face off, but
it slaps your face off for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then I've never felt so shit in my life.
No,
I remember like we'd be driving back after the sessions, and I'd be like, generally couldn't keep my eyes open.
It just feel awful. You get a massive
for the whole
crash.
Day. You just like can't do anything.
I remember once I had it. I was driving back. I parked up and I went to go inside, and I went so dizzy.
Yeah,
and I was like just so spaced out just from having MV pre.
What has it got something in it that's because it's not. It is high in caffeine, but it's not like
ridiculous.
It's still like under 350, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the actual ingredient list is, but
I'm sure there's something in it that's why it has that effect on some people.
Yeah.
But some people love it. They say they have it, and it's like
the one set of supplements that I've had and never had any issues with, and actually really liked, have been the they're just expensive. You know the
supplement needs.
Yeah, Dr. Dean ones.
Yeah,
like they're actually really good, but they're just pricey.
But that's why the price, isn't it? Because they are really good.
I remember. Do you remember? I don't know how it even happened. Louis Blackmore was doing that giveaway.
Yeah,
just as a fling, I entered the giveaway. I ended up winning. Oh, thanks. That's good. So I ended up getting the Focus, and I also got some Stim. And it was actually really good. If I wanted to, I'd have that pretty regular.
I think most of the time for me, I don't actually need the pick me up. It's more the focus side of it that I like. Like, because when you think about it, it's not because the pre-workout doesn't feel good because you're like all buzzed up.
No.
It's more you're just super dialed in. You're like really excited to train, want to train.
Yeah. I think the main thing with pre-workout for like performance boosting stuff, let's take the caffeine for example. You need to have a lot to get.
Yeah.
I think it's like 4 to 9 milligrams per kilo of body weight.
Really?
That is a lot
Yeah.
of caffeine. So for me, it would be like 350 at a minimum to actually see performance benefits. And most of that as well is in like aerobic stuff.
Yeah.
So like running and all that. So for actual weight training, I honestly just don't think it does that much.
No. But again, if it is going to get, even if it's placebo and it picks you up into your session, I think you should probably
I know Lawrence used to say when he has pre, it has a massive difference on his training, doesn't it? So like try it, I guess, and if it does, then nice. Yeah,
I think as a whole though,
if
we go back to the question, it's probably a bit overrated.
The only other thing to consider is like, okay, you're spending 30 to 50 quid on your gym membership. Then if you're having pre, that's once a month, so that's already 60, quid. 70 quid total. Then you're getting some whey, you're probably up to 100 quid a month, and all these things just keep stacking up.
It all adds up.
Suddenly your training is like 100 quid plus
when
a
you
month.
Could probably get just as much out of it.
Yeah.
Without having to spend that money.
Yeah.
Okay, so overrated. Overrated, underrated, commercial gyms. Like David Lloyd, Pure Gym.
It's quite a good question, actually.
Underrated.
Yeah, I think they're underrated. And I think, the really high-level gyms with all the cool kit is probably slightly overrated.
Overrated, yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're purely going off like, okay, how much I'm actually going to grow from training in these gyms. Just doesn't really make that much difference.
No. I could easily train at a JD gym.
I could train the garage.
Yeah, and you're still going to make progress. It's more the enjoyment side of things. Like you go to these gyms, they're really busy.
Yeah.
You might not be able to get on pieces of kit that you want. Some of the kit is shit.
Yeah.
And like is basically unusable.
Yeah.
But as a whole, they're still good. They're still fine.
Yeah. I think if you know what you're doing and you know how to program, you can do really good.
Yeah.
It's not great when you don't know what you're doing because you'll use the kit that's not really doing much good for you.
Yeah.
You probably
don't understand.
Wrecking your joints and that's where it can have a downside. But I think generally people turn a nose up to these gyms. But like,
I think obviously with the commercial gyms, you've got the low budget.
Like sort of gym group style.
Yeah, and Pure Gym and that. But I think like your David Lloyd's, they're actually expensive.
Yeah.
I actually would like to train at there.
Yeah.
I think they're actually similar to like RT where we train.
A lot of them have like surprisingly good kit in as well.
Yeah, the higher end ones, like a lot of them have like Cybex, which is weird. And I find it strange how, do you know Snap Fitness? There's one in Gainsborough, there's one in Retford. Some of them are like just kitted out with like shit, like the Gainsborough one. But then some of them are all Cybex.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like Cybex hacks in.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm surprised they don't like stay to one manufacturer.
I know, it is really strange because they're still the same price.
Yeah.
But the quality of gym is like really good.
Yeah.
So I think if you've got one that's near you,
and
it's got good kit, go for it.
I think the best low budget gym is JD.
Yeah, JD's better than like your gym group.
Yeah. The only thing is if you go in at like 5-6 o'clock,
it's going to be
packed.
Yeah. I've never trained at a JD.
I actually like, and they look
nice.
Visually quite nice to be it. Because Holly trained in them quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I went training in the Leeds one quite a lot. And it's like spacious. A lot of the kit is like redesigned hammer strength.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can, and you're on a bit of a budget, JD's a good one to go for.
The way I look at it, right, is you take like someone like Mike Thurston, for example. Whether he's natty or not, which by the way, I think he is natty.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty convinced. He lived in Leeds and trained out of JD for years. And look at his physique.
Yeah, he's got some rig.
And even if he is on gear, he's still got a ridiculous physique.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hate that argument with him. It's like, oh, he only look because he's on gear. It's like, it doesn't matter if he's on gear or not. Even getting to that level on gear is
Have you seen it? Is it his brother?
No, it's Matt Does Fitness's brother.
Uh,
And Mike's got a
Mike's
brother
got a
called
brother.
Rich, yeah, whatever he's called. And he's massive
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
pretty jacked.
They've just got good genetics.
Yeah.
That he's not on gear.
Yeah. So yeah, commercial gyms underrated. You can definitely get a good session in.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to get a good session in, link
in bio.
link in bio.
For real.
Or link below, actually. I'll put it below.
Overrated or underrated? Cybex machines. Underrated.
Yeah, they're kind of the goat, to be honest.
Yeah, they're the best machines.
If I was to stack a gym out with one brand, it probably would be Cybex.
Easily.
Especially
I don't think
if
it'd be questioned.
If I had a choice of, like, the whole selection from...
Yeah, I'd go Cybex. Easy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even take me more than a minute to decide.
No.
Cybex.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you think about it, the majority of kit, they're like, yeah, that's awesome.
They're like so simply made.
Yeah.
And it just works.
Yeah.
Everything. I can't really think of any Cybex machine that's bad.
No.
Maybe some of the newer range stuff isn't as great, but the older range
It's really good.
so good.
Yeah, it's the goat. Was that from Kizza?
Yeah.
Loves a good Cybex.
Does he? Yeah, Cybex the goat kizzer. For real.
Agreed. Underrated.
Massively, massively underrated.
I think my number 2 would then either be Life Fitness, which is the same as Cybex anyway. I think it's made by Cybex.
Yeah.
And then maybe Prime after that. Maybe, but it's a little bit... Sometimes they do a bit too much.
I think I would go with Prime.
Yeah.
I like the Nautilus stuff, but again, it's the older stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And some of it I don't actually like that much.
Yeah. Isn't Prime also owned by Cybex?
Yeah.
This is just Cybex is the goat.
But then I swear Ryan told me Cybex was owned by Nautilus. Or someone like that.
Well, Prime
It's
used
weird
to be
'cause they're all-
Strive.
Yeah, they're all sort of owned by
It's probably
one...
just one massive monopoly.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
calling their
generally
kit
think
different
it
name.
is.
Well, Hammer Strength is owned by the whole Cybex Life Fitness group as well.
Is it?
Yeah. So if you go on I actually think Life Fitness is like
The main...
the thing.
Yeah, I think it might be. Because, like the old pieces,
Yeah.
majority you see are Life Fitness, and
Yeah.
then it's like they've just expanded into different...
Yeah. The only thing I think is separate that you see a lot in the bigger gyms is like Atlantis. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they're not
I
owned.
think they're their own.
That's like an American brand, I'm pretty sure.
Again, I think like Atlantis is quite overrated.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's not any pieces that I can think that is so
No,
good.
nothing special, is there?
No.
Wouldn't choose.
I wouldn't choose Atlantis, definitely not. I think it'd be Cybex, Prime, then Nautilus.
Yeah. The middest kit that you see in a lot of the commercials is Matrix.
Matrix, yeah, it's so bad.
It's so mid.
Techno Gym is shit, but it's better than Matrix.
Yeah, I think so. For some of the
But
stuff.
again,
yeah.
they're very similar as well, aren't they?
Yeah. But Techno Gym tried to go down this like really commercial
Yeah.
style, and then they just make the machines whack.
Yeah, I don't get it. I bet it costs them more to make those kind of machines
Yeah.
than it does like Cybex to make
Yeah.
theirs. Cybex all the way.
Hundo P, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there another?
So underrated. I mean, they're not even underrated, but
Yeah,
they're
they
still
are good.
underrated. Forms of chicken. Don't really get
Oh,
that.
is that Kizza or is that Dan?
That's Dan, but Kieran asked the same thing.
Forms of chicken.
You put chicken. Well, let's just go with chicken. Overrated, underrated, chicken. In the bodybuilding scene, I think it's overrated
Yeah,
because
it
everyone
probably
has
is.
it. But I actually think chicken is underrated because you can do a lot of things with it.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're making boring chicken, buddy, grow up.
Yeah, I mean, I do it quite a bit. To be
Brother.
fair. Yeah, I just can't be bothered to
But
like.
you put seasoning on it though.
No, I don't. Not at the minute.
Salt.
I
at
put salt and
least.
pepper on.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But what the main thing I mean by that is like actually try and cook it well.
Yeah.
Like if you get a steak out, you try and be like bloody Gordon Ramsay on that.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing a chicken, I just bung it in the oven for
Yeah.
an hour.
Obviously,
It
it's
comes
going to be
out
dry as
and awful.
frick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my biggest thing with chicken. Don't like. I know you need to cook it properly, but if you don't overcook it, it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
And then put some bloody seasoning on it. Dan Lovell.
Yeah.
I'm coaching at the minute. I had a call with him the other day, and he was like, "So what's the?" He's saying it. His girlfriend was like, wasn't fully on board with the meals because she's like, oh, they're a bit boring. Like,
yeah.
can we not put some seasoning on it? And then so Dan spoke to me, he was like, just checking, can I actually like put some flavour on this?
Yeah,
I was like, yes,
I have
please.
to remind people of that. Like, you're not going to go through all their meals and list the seasoning they need to use. They can just use a seasoning that they enjoy.
I say it on everyone's on board with
Yeah.
it now. Like, please make these meals
Taste nice. Yeah.
Use low calorie sauce if you want to. Use some seasoning.
You don't have to just have bland chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to benefit you in any way.
I tell you what I think is underrated: chicken thighs. No one goes for them, but
no, I think they're more fatty, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are. Sorry, just because I was thinking of the word. Yeah, they are more fatty, but they are nice.
You don't see many people doing it, and
they're succulent.
A little succulent thing.
So yeah,
is that it?
Yeah. So are we going overrated or underrated?
Oh,
I'd say it's underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hopefully you enjoyed the LLP. Yeah. Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, we're monging out now.
Sorry, subscribe, like,
Share
links
to your
below
story.
for free stuff as usual.
Shit. Free shit.
And we'll see you for episode 15 next week.
Bosh.
Ciao, boys.
See thee.